Okay, let's see if we're live here to continue on with our implementation journey. Just double checking here if we're streaming correctly, and I think we are. I'm gonna double check the volume, but I think we're good. So let's continue on with where we left off last night, and that's to kind of start on these next slices. So we kind of finished most of the registration here. We did this last piece of showing this registration screen without any tests. So we have no tests under here, which is fine. It's a pretty dumb screen. It's just looking at this projection here. So we could definitely have some better code in here, but for now it'll do the job. And we can get on to the next part and kind of simulate a participant starting to look at to start to participate with this. And what I want to do is finish off our sprint. So start a new sprint. So everything that we have right now is finished. So we can quickly check here what branches contains start. So start 2 should have, well, actually, yeah. So something that doesn't contain start 1 will show us the branches that we have. Oh no, start 2 will show us the old one. Let's see if we can do the other contains, and this gives us everything in start 1, but not in start 2. And I think, how do we do the other one? One that doesn't contain start 2. So everything that contains start 2, these are the, yeah, so we have like quite a few slices in the second one here. So adding rooms, generating conf ID, setting the date, setting name, joining the conference, all the stuff that we did in the last month is here. So it's kind of time to to get rid of this last sprint and make a new one. That's pretty easy to do. I don't think we're tracking anything being put to production yet, so we're not really wanting to do anything on here for releasing to anything. It's not really ready. So let's start a new tag. So get tag. Should I just double check that nothing is outstanding on this QA branch, like if we have everything merged. So everything VPF QA. Okay, so that's all the branches that contain. Okay, so yeah, I think it's how do we do this? List branches merged. I think it's merged, right? Branch merged QA. Anyway. Yeah. So we have everything that's in here. So and then we could also do anything outstanding that we left out, right? And So dev, that's correct. Yeah, the dev branch doesn't get integrated and merged in here. So that's perfect. So we can just do a git tag, oops, escape, git tag, and then we do start 3, is where we're going to start. And now that we have this, we're going to start all of our work from this point on. And that'll allow us to kind of include any of the infrastructure things that we built alongside. So, you know, this is someone scanning this, and we need this welcome screen done. So we'll have this as register. I don't know why this keeps scrolling to the very top. So yeah, let's identify the slice. So I'm just going to again make sure we're on the right layer. We're on the progress layer, and we're going to copy this and paste it here. And now move it here and just double check that we have. I don't know where this is coming from. Open spaces. Okay, so that's the name. And where is this coming from? This arrow is coming from the wrong spot. Oh, we turn off the progress. Oh, this is on the event model. So we need to cut this and go back to the progress, paste it here. That's where it belongs. But now I want to see what the heck is up with that. Is this actually attached to this thing? Yeah, this is from set name. So this is not supposed to be attached to that. You know, we have our, you know, name open spaces here. So set name. In fact, we don't need an arrow because we already showed that this was affected by this event being stored here, and we actually had that pop up there. So that's good. So we actually do not need this arrow at all. If it's got the same state as the last time it was used, that's fine. This is just a nice to have, obviously, because I mean, why not? Okay. So this is the first sort of quasi authentication that we're going to have. We're going to have the ID of this as the ID of this conference as kind of our trust token that we're going to pass around either in the URL, or I don't know, maybe URL is the easiest. And we'll see. Kind of don't want to resubmit, and if someone has a bookmark, they know that it's like this particular conference that they bookmarked. So I think we're going to try URL embedding on this. So yeah, let's pop open the progress. And this is not done yet, so we're going to say that I'm actually working on this. So this is in progress. And then style it to be that yellow color. So the style is yellow for in progress. Apply. And that's the text. And then we need the line also to be yellow color. And now we know that it's in progress, and I'm working on this particular screen, which is cool. And I'm just going to immediately say that, oops, let's go to the progress. And move this over here, because I also want to say that I'm working on this part here as well, where we set a name. And then we have our registrations, which is interesting. We don't really want to show this yet, so we might move this out of this. certainly isn't in this slice. So we might store a token and so we might actually give them a session ID as well. I think that might be what works for now. We'll just see what we can get working for, just a simple website. I don't want to do anything fancy here whatsoever. We want to get the basics without having to learn any authentication packages or products. We want to just build everything from scratch ourselves on the file system and see where we get the friction. Like, let's see where we actually would be better off getting something off the shelf or a library, etc. We already had one of those, obviously, a QR code library. I'm not going to re-implement the QR specification myself, so that was an easy library to import and use. And so that's good. And so we want to get through to this, and I think we also want to close the registration to make sure that this doesn't I don't know about close. Yeah, we should. I mean, we put that in the specification. If we want to close things, we might not need to. Like, this is another requirement that is just like, do we really care? I mean, we're in a locked space at this conference. Maybe so that someone doesn't screw it up. But honestly, the only the organizers have access to. Actually, we don't have that built in. So if someone knows the URL, they could change the schedule. I mean, that's something that might actually come up here. So once we're making the schedule, we might have to instead lock down just the organizer. That's less work to do, and allow people to register later. Maybe they can suggest topics, but who cares? People are not gonna bother looking at that. So let's see how we can tighten this up and what that means in event sourcing. Let's get through these screens first. So yeah, I'd like to make a view for this. So I'm going to just screen capture this, because we're just going to tell our AI to do that. And the nice thing is, by starting this new sprint, we have enough code as the base for the AI to really go fast. It's kind of trained on this pattern of these boxes, so it should be quite good. Oh, hey, Mohammed. New to event modeling. Where do we get started? Eventmodeling.org. It's at the bottom there on the screen. There is a book if you want to read about it. There is also my original article, which you can read on the site. I would start with the article. I would definitely buy Martin's book, which is linked on the first page if you want. You don't have to. There's plenty of videos like this of me doing event modeling and event sourcing online. I have a lot of presentations there. You can just search YouTube for event modeling, and you should see a lot of presentations. So yeah, if you want to kind of read the background of how this plan for writing software works and how it's different and the same as UML, where it differs, where it's the same, and other design techniques, go for it. It's also happy to hear your feedback if you have some feedback, and also the Discord group channel. So there's a lot of people that are practicing event modeling that are constantly on the Discord channels, and so yeah, there's a link to join the Discord if you want on the URL of eventmodeling.org/resources. You can find it there. Anyway, back to work. So let's start this new effort here and make a new branch. So our typical start to any development effort is to start a branch. So we check out, so get checkout, and we want to say create a new branch, and we can use one as an example. And this time, what are we doing here? We are doing state view. So we have this. So we have a get, and the same screen is going to be used to do a post later. But for now, it's a state view because we're seeing the conference name, and this is join conference, and this is register, right? So this would be the register. The word node here, it's just because we can support multiple implementations. This feature is going to be implemented in Node, so that's why I'm putting the name of the technology in the branch name. So register, and that's for the participants. So if we do this and we check, and that's from start, so we can also say where we start from. So that's start tag 3. Yeah, no problem, Mohammed. Let me know if you have other questions. I'm happy to answer anything. If you see something that I'm doing and you need to have some clarification, just give me a message and I'll try to answer. Otherwise, if I miss a message and I end the stream, you can also just ping me on Discord, and if I look through it there, I usually do every day, I'll come back to your question and try and answer it at a later point. So thanks. So let's start this new branch for this register slice. And so because now I have that copied, so we're good to go to develop now. We can close this. Oh, actually, we want to just make sure we push up the fact that we're working on this. So we're going to just commit the graph, the event model itself, the diagram. It sits in a different working folder because that branch only contains the changes to the actual diagram. I don't want the diagram to change alongside the code, like in tandem. That's kind of hard to keep in sync. So I've just started to track all changes to the design in a separate branch. And so we're going to say starting work on the registration page for participants. So do that, and that'll go ahead and commit those changes, and that worked fine. Again, I do this as a one-liner because it's just going out to the other directory, staging that change, and then committing it, and then going back to my original directory. So just to have that as a one-liner, it pops up very easily if I do a CD. It usually is the last thing I did, but if I ever wanted to, have more CD commands in my history, I could probably just do something like draw IO, and anything to do with draw IO will pop up, and one of those things is, looking for the committing this one-liner. Again, I'm using fish shell, not bash, so just typing something on the screen, rsync. Last time I synced something, I can just up arrow through everything there. So yeah, fish shell is quite a nice shell. If you're not too religious about using bash or ZSH or something, fish shell is my favorite one. And if you're looking to see if you get something that's nicer to use, definitely fish shell is a rabbit hole worth going down and just checking out its features. If you just get a rundown of fish shell features, like abbreviations, completions, multi-line support for doing one-liners and things like that, it's really nice. And also some of the manipulations of strings and string, manipulating substrings, etc. It's a little bit more user-friendly than some of the cryptic stuff you find in Bash. But again, I don't write my other scripts in fish shell. I use Bash instead because then it's portable. I can have them on any server, etc. But stuff that I do on my actual machines that I use, I'm using them. I prefer fish, and if I'm the only one using them and it doesn't have to be shipped anywhere, then I'm happy to just even script in Fish, but usually they're just one-liners. So let's get going here. We have those marked, and this is our app, the way it sits at this point in time. We have these tests here for all of these different places that we've implemented, the different slices we've implemented. And the last thing that we did, obviously we're going from left to right just to show this. These are some of the previous things that I've made. And again, I'm implementing them. You know, if you see a certain URL or functionality, as you go from left to right, you'll see them top to bottom in the app.js. Yeah, I'm shoving everything into one app.js file, which is not the best. Does give us a few extra conflicts, but you know, it's okay, as it's kind of something that I want to do, just to have this easy kind of way to walk through. I don't want to be exploring, you know, my project structure to find stuff too much. I already have the things like the views as separate things. I could really, I mean, I could inline them, but the editing would be kind of atrocious. So I'm not going to go that far. But I certainly could, you know, have some things like, you know, these views actually rendered in here. But I'm not going to do that. That would be just too much. Oh yeah, you can. You don't need to watch the previous ones, although later on you can catch up. So I'm just adding the next piece of functionality. The nice thing about following event modeling and event sourcing is that knowing that I have all these other parts already working of the workflow, when I you know, come to a new part here that I need to implement, you know, I can see that, okay, well, this is you know, where do I get the name here? I have this name. You know, do I have this somewhere else? Why, yes, I do. I have this. This name is here, right? And this is where it got where it gets populated. So I already have this state view. In other words, this is more of just UI work. And if I'd be working on a contract getting paid for this, I wouldn't charge the client extra because I already have this implemented, right? This is part of what I'm doing on right now. Displaying the name here is part of is already done, right? It's the reason I put it in progress is because of another UI piece, but we don't charge for that. What I will charge for though is this registration, right? This command to add myself as a participant in the conference. This will be something that I charge for because it's new functionality, right? I'm going to have some logic there to make sure I'm registering correctly and not registering twice and all those good things. So that part I will charge for. And this is kind of how we work on fixed costs, because we can get the average costs of all of these steps across multiple projects, and then we can just say, well, this is, you know, our estimate, and then we get developers to agree to work for those prices, and we get clients to agree to pay a certain amount for the same slices, and it makes it a lot easier to work with projects like this, because you don't get budget overruns, and you can really control how many people work in common, like at the same time in parallel. Because you have these, you know, good designs where you know where the information comes from. So there's, you know, I'm not going to be interfering in a lot of other people's work implementing this. You know, other people are going to use this information further on in the workflow, but they won't need to bother me here unless, of course, there's a bug, and then I have to fix it if there's a bug for free, because these specifications are meant to be, you know, good enough. I would have my tests if I had them. If I wanted to make tests, I would do them here, like just in this style, kind of get the details sorted out, all the edge cases, and then continue. But this is pretty simple, so I think we'll just continue without tests and just look at how event sourcing works. So let's actually implement this. I have this in my clipboard. So I'm gonna just ask, I don't want this, and I can just paste this, and then I can say, This is the first page used by participants. And please make view for it according to the image. Let's see if it just gives us this, and we'll let it go with the current code base and see what it comes back with. So there's a nice mustache for register. I like I don't want the style. It keeps adding the styles in here, which I don't like. I wanted to use existing CSS. There's nothing really fancy about this that would require new types of elements and all that. So I'm gonna remind it to do that, because I really see no reason for adding extra CSS here. So it should not give me anything. Okay, so just listing the existing CSS that uses the existing classes, which is good. And that's odd that it's trying to apply it to this. Which is very strange. Why would it add it to this? Like, it shouldn't apply it to this. That's ridiculous. It should create its own. I don't know. Yeah. Just make a new view. I don't know if what's it called? Cursor AI is trying to push people to use the composer. If this is kind of, oh, there it is, register.mustache. I'm wondering why. I guess I needed to say, please make a new view for it. Right? I think that might be what I needed to say. Otherwise, it doesn't know that I'm. Yeah, see, now it's putting it in the right place, so I can apply that, and then it'll create it here. Accept the file, and usually it's quite helpful to actually give me the. Oh, it didn't do the. Okay, so it's actually last time it did too much. It was actually using was going overboard and putting in the actual URL. So just shrinking all these so we can see them, you know, where we are. So conference dates, rooms. I like to have this all kind of squished, collapsed to the top level. Is there a collapse all here? I wish there was. Edit. There's probably like yeah, I wish there was a enable configure open editors. What is this thing? Oh, file annotations. Okay. There is no way to really just collapse all top level functions, at least none that I can see. No, which one is it? Clipboard, master, draw. I don't really need this one. I gotta Get rid of this. Install Dryo-Git-Lens live preview C# .NET. Huh. So is this part of VS Code now? These guys? Was it? I forget the shortcut for finding a command in VS Code. Yeah. Yeah, certainly the whole. Yeah, there's a lot of context being sent to the LLM. It could be a bit confused, but it sorted itself out. We'll see how it goes, and we can certainly trim the scope of what it should look at. I really like the fact that we have most of the examples in the same file, so that kind of, we can easily start to remove some of the context to make it code-based context. So I think, yeah, see, it added these. So it was just using, so it selected these as the context for my request. So I guess sometimes when you have fewer of these views, it would actually throw app.js in there. And I could, throw app.js explicitly in here, and then it would give me the root. But I'm quite happy with the context like in line here. So if I continue to shrink all of these, I can slice tests, functionality here, this, that, and the other. Yeah. So okay, so here we are. The test runner comes at the end here, and so now we can do the app dot get, and here we want what was it? A register. Register. Is it giving me the name? So no, it is going to need the name. And that's not correct. I want the conference name. Yeah, that's what we have. And let's just say not yet named. If there's a problem, right? Something like that. So we should be able to see that already. I'll do the tests. But there's the register at the end. What I like is that it actually, okay, so conference name SV is not, yeah, how can it not see the name? It's odd. One of the first things we did, set name, right? Oh, we never actually, no, we have this confirmation here. Set name, conference, okay, conference name, state view. So this should be just SV. Okay, so actually we call it explicitly. Okay, conference name, state view, fine. See, I started calling them SV. Oh, what is this? Yeah, history. Okay, that's from the last one. So I think you're right, is that the context is getting a little bit long. It's getting confused because there's a lot, and now we've also broke the convention. I said I'd do a bit of refactoring or cleaning up of some of this before starting the next set of features, but we'll just make do with it. So I think now it should be fine. Let's continue with that. Yeah, there we go. Welcome to blank, nothing, right? Do we have a set name? Event stream, unique conference name set. So yeah, name my conference. So why is it not giving us what we want? Conference name, date view, get events name. So conference name state view is returning. Oh, it's actually returning the name, so we don't have to delimit that. Let's shrink these this stuff as well. Oh. Okay, there. So we're down at the bottom here, and it doesn't need that. Okay, so it should now give us the proper. Welcome to. Okay, it's still getting blank. Did I have a blank name here? Conference name set. So the name is that. That gonna be an object? It's undefined. Interesting. What is the problem? Name is undefined. So something's up with this guy. Did we do some changes of names here? Let's see. So, okay, so we have a whole bunch of things that are way. Yeah, this history. We don't need this anymore. We don't need files anymore. Let's take a look. Conference name event. My conference 2. Okay, conference name set event conference 2. Yet the name returns as nothing. Interesting. Oh, thanks, Mohammed. Okay, yes, nice. This is yeah. I'm basically using Express with posts and gets to not get confused with all the React complications. The same thing can also work with React. So, you know, we can have a version of this that's like a modern JavaScript framework, uses a modern JavaScript framework, but for the purposes of like showing the concepts, it's easier to just go with posts and posts and gets and things like that of a traditional web app, where you can more easily kind of debug, and it's not too complicated. You don't need to have a serious build cycle to get things going. But all of the concepts here, like, you know, these functions, they can be ported over and they'll work just fine in a different framework. That's part of the exercise later, you know, to kind of use the same functions and show how portable they are by using them in like a, you know, a proper single page app, which, you know, calls on API for getting certain data and setting certain data. So yeah. But yeah, definitely doing the traditional route first, just to kind of get it going with regular page requests and all of that, and then we'll move on from there. So yeah, let's just debug this thing, see what's going on here. If conference return nothing, return conference. So we have that conference name event. So we did have, so that console log here gave us conference name event, and the name is that, which is good. So that is that is what's there. Otherwise we return just the name, which is that. It should be the name. Okay, so we're not getting an object back, but we're getting an undefined. Interesting. So it did find the last event of this type, and it does have that name. I guess just to be just to be super paranoid about that not being the issue. Yeah, and so why is that being undefined? Okay, so we are returning a name, but somehow we're using it wrong here. Oh, I think it might be, yeah, this part here. I don't need the name, right? Because it's returning the name. Okay, it's just not displaying it now, which is the view problem with the view. So here, yeah, this is not correct. Just name. Easy fix. And now we should have oh, it's still not doing it. Is it because name is the thing? Did I do a dot? Is that it? Forget this syntax. No. Welcome to dot name or just name. Oh, Mohammed, you're a HTMX guy. Okay, that's too funny. Yeah, I mean, yeah, HTMX is interesting, right? Definitely kind of neat to just have the HTML being returned. I haven't played it with it, so I will though. Obviously, I've watched quite a few do that. Yeah, I mean, in this case, it would be pretty cool to just, see, not be at the mercy of this stupid mustache templating, which is not reading this name. So, but yeah, there's a name. Oh, there's an object name in here. So, I don't know if this is correct because we also have a session, which I want to do maybe, but no. Let's just make sure that we have. Yeah, what is inside the object? So, can I actually? It's supposed to work like this. Interesting. What do we do in the other cases? So rooms, we have a dot. Oh, interesting. So that's going through the rooms thing. Okay, what's the other one? Name confirmation. What do we do? We had conference name here. Weird. Okay. Let's see what we did in that case. I'm actually surprised the AI didn't pick up kind of how we treated that in here when we set the name. And then we got the conference, set conference name, yeah. And yeah, so we return the name here. And so we did that and we got it from there. Okay, so that's bizarre. We're kind of doing the same thing. Why is it not working? We're using conference name, we're just using name there. Is name a reserved word or something? Conference name, and then go over to a register mustache, and is that what's gonna... Yeah, we can dump the object in here maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Let's give it a go again. Yeah, still causing issues. So everything's good up until we're trying to populate this, and we're not... Yeah, conference... Why is conference name failing? That's very strange. Okay, register, log name, render. Yeah, register mustache. Conference name is name. Name is this. We are getting the correct thing. So that's very weird. Okay, why? Let's just ask AI maybe. What's bug finder? No existing bug. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Scary. Y is con name. Actually, did I double check this conference name? Yeah. Coming back as blank. And submit that. Yeah, that's not really helpful. We know that it exists. So we are getting this name here correctly passed in. Don't even need that. And we're rendering the right thing. It's very strange. Anything else that we're doing in the rendering of the other one that we're missing out here? So set name, conference, date view, set date. So get. Okay, we have to totally update this as well on the other page here, but we have the confirmation. Set name confirmation. So that's doing set name confirmation. I don't know what else I'm doing that's that is different than here. Set name confirmation does just conference name. And I don't have to do anything else. This is very strange. Conference name. Conference name. Yep. Same thing. Res render that. Conference name that. Interesting. Let's just see. Maybe it's not working anymore. Let's go back to. Let's just empty the stream. Let's run it. Go to the set names. My special event. So this works. Okay. And this is the event with the name, my special event. Okay, we renamed that field to be conference name. I bet it's something stupid. Why do I do these in the evening? Yeah, probably getting caught on something really, really dumb here. And so register has conference name state view, getting all that. So if I go to register, oh, that's a session ID. Ugh. Welcome to my special event. It's been working. Okay. No, it's working. It's right here. My special event. I don't have a session ID. I don't know why I put the session ID in here. Yeah, see, this is something that I don't want to implement yet. But it's in the specification. So I think with registering yourself as yeah, I think we're gonna have to go back to the design. Okay, so this works just fine. Get rid of a lot of this. So that's totally fine. Let's get rid of the extra craft we put in. We can just inline this. I don't want the session in there. That's totally fine. Did we add anything here? Oh yeah, we added all that conference name stuff at the top here. And that's that. So quit that. Let's go back up here where we have the function. Getting the name. Where was it? That conference name, function, conference name, state view. Oh, we already. Oh, this thing. Yeah, we need conference name event name. And we don't need any of this. It'll work. So that name should still work. Two should be fine. Yeah, that works. And then if I go to register, yeah, that's good. And session ID, I don't think we have. I don't want that in here. So not yet anyway, maybe. Let's just keep simplifying things. So yeah, we don't need that. We don't need to see that. Actually, I'm going to get rid of it here. Session ID is gone. And change the design here so that we don't have that session ID. I think we're just going to have embedded URL stuff for these different users. So yeah, let's get rid of that for now. We'll see if that's actually needed. Next, so yeah, so that works fine. We have this screen now. Should look fine. If I go back here and go to register, yeah, and so now I can try to register as Adam and going to cannot post, which is perfect. So that's actually what we want. This is finished now, so we can get rid of that. We should add a fake event here. So just look at the status here. We have modified that. We added the register view, and we want to add a fake event for I guess it would be a fake event for naming the conference to test the register slice. And that should be with the code base, and it should do the right thing to give us some fake data. It's looking at the other fake stuff. Good. Yeah, so Perfect. Fake events, state view register, conference name. Yep, apply. We put that in. Accept the file. And in order to test our kind of a fake runner stuff, we have an rm-rf, which we kind of do that, and then we say sv register, and then that. So that should fill things with just the fake event. And if I go back and run the application and go to register, it should use just that fake event. Yeah, event modeling open spaces. There it is. That's, oops. That's exactly what we see here. So perfect. Good. So that's enough to test that. And we can get status, all that. We have fake events added, and we have that. I just want to double check the diff to make sure I didn't change too many things in the app. Seems like, yeah, it's just doing that render of that, and it's reusing everything from before, which is what we wanted. So now we can add everything. Get status, we have those things staged, get commit, and we want to say register screen page layout. Done. State view. Can push that up. And then we want to integrate it. So get checkout. I want to see if it works in dev. So merge. Here we want state view, register node, and actually I would like this to be merged with no fast forward, because I would like an individual commit on there. I don't want to just bump up the the first features you do will bump your higher order branches just to increment along. They won't create a separate commit because there's nothing else to merge with yet. And so I usually want to start the pattern with a NoFF at the very beginning. And oh, that's odd. We shouldn't be getting that. Oh, I see. We're merging with ourselves. Merge. Oh, BBF dev. Oh, that's interesting. What could be the possible problem here? There shouldn't, it's not merging with anything. Oh, dev hasn't been reset. Right, because now our development effort is from QA. So we don't want to merge it with this. This would cause issues. So get merge abort. And first we want to reset dev. And we want to do start 3. And good. So yeah, we dropped quite a bit, and this will have to be a force push because yeah, we're losing we're quote unquote losing commits, but it's just the development branch stuff where you're testing things, so we don't want to do that. Although, should we really need to reset it? I don't think so. So let's push it back, get reset. Hard head at 1 where we were just before. And we had that joint conference thing that we finished. And that was from okay. Let's just double check what we have here. We want one line. I don't want design in there. We have way too many commits on design. So do that not. So here's our first slice off of QA and the start tag. You can see that dev has everything in there as well. I'm just wondering why. Yeah, this has the latest things. I'm pretty sure we probably changed a few things, so we shouldn't need to reset dev. Should be able to just to merge this in. There's no danger of fast forward. So get merge, and then we can take our register and just deal with it. Deal with this ourselves. So where do we have that? Somewhere down here. What do we do? Oh, is that just like white space? Why is this not auto merging? Okay. Except incoming. That's very weird. Okay, so just a very small merge conflict due to maybe I had a space on one of the lines. I don't know. But whatever. So we have that. And then we want app.js. And that looks good. We can do get merge. Continue. That's good. Okay, so dev is in, and now we should be able to merge to QA. Let's just make sure everything runs. So we'll do node app tests. Yep, we have no tests for this, but it's not breaking the other ones. And I think this should run in dev as well. Probably not. Yeah, we can start and do the whole thing. I don't want to walk through the whole thing, so I'm going to trust that it works. Not throwing anything. I'm just going to push this up. We'll now do the QA branch. Same thing. Merge the same thing. I think here we need the no fast forward. And that merged just fine. So we can push that up. I'm confident we're not going to have any issues with tests or the application running. It's fine. Look at this again. It's still using that fake event. That's fine. So I think we're good. So we can have this particular one now finished. We want that on the progress, and actually, do we have this? I don't know if we have this finished. This should come through this URL with the registration there. So it isn't finished. The other URLs shouldn't work. Yes, we should have the name being given. And again, there is no multiple registrations, so we're only looking at one. Yeah, so Mohammed's asking here about yeah, how does the communication occur? The communication is just implicit by having the event stored on disk in this stream here. So when I'm looking at another URL and what it's looking at is a function that reduces whatever is in this directory event stream. That's all. That's how the communication happens between them. You can embed things into, you know, URLs like we have here. So right now we should check. Yeah, here we should only respond to, you know, the latest conference ID. And if they don't provide the conference ID, it means they didn't scan the QR code. So let's just do that. Because yeah, this should be register / whatever the conference ID is, right? So, you know, this fake event stuff should actually, oh, that's all gone. Okay. Where are these gone? Join conference. Oh no, they're there. So that was just, all right. So yeah, if we, is that just putting them back in? Oops. By me clicking them, is that just getting them from history? I hope not. No, it's okay, so that's fine. So let's just get that conference yeah, join conference thing. So if I do SV join and go up arrow, I should get, yeah, basically give me that. And so now if I run the application, in fact, I should be back into my branch. So I should get checkout and get back into the proper branch here for registration. If I go to join conference, yeah, it gives me this fake thing, right? Because I have this fake. Five 55677, right? That's the conference ID. So I should only be listening to that. And so this is kind of interesting. It's not really changing the state, but we have a different state view, meaning that we say that conference doesn't exist. You know, if it's Yeah, conference doesn't exist and is disabled. So we kind of want to have this response render either a sorry, conference doesn't exist if there is no such registration, or allow you to submit. Very interesting. Right. So we always want to kind of expect I don't even know if it's worthwhile doing this through like the regular channels. Let's just get it going and see if we can see if this makes sense for us. So let's go to app.js and let's get a slightly different response. So register and then colon, we can have the ID. And then we can say if conf ID is not the current conf ID, redirect to not redirect to make we don't want to redirect. We just want to have a const response or let equal this, and in here we want not found, it's false, not named yet, something like that. Okay, that's much better. And in here, okay, so I think this is a better way of dealing with this. So we want to, okay, if ID doesn't equal that, good. And we do response is that, yes. We don't want to redirect. And we don't want to return. A 404 not found. I guess that is nice. Register, and then we have the response. That checks it here, which is good. Otherwise, we do the response there. So the other thing is what happens when we don't have anything. If I put a blank, let's worry about that in a second. Let's just make sure it works this way. So yeah, that's kind of, yeah. If we don't have a conference going. Join conference state to view get events conf ID. That's used for generating the URL. The conf ID. Okay, so yeah, we only need. Yeah, perfect. Okay, that's kind of good. I think that should work. And so now if we go to the register this, we can say yeah. Exactly. I don't need the session ID here. Why is it doing not found for both? Okay, I can just get the AI to fix this. If the conf ID is not found, display message, only display the registration form if is found. Oh, why is that not working? What happened there? Join no, I don't want that. I want register. Okay. Don't show form if not found. Okay, this is odd. Don't show form if not found. And say that this conference doesn't exist. Okay, I think that should do it. Okay, give it a go. There's the register ID. Okay, good. It says it's not found, and it's got the ID in there. And if I do, what was it, 555666 or whatever. There's my events stream here. Yeah, this guy here. Oh, perfect. Okay. But that stupid session ID is back in there. I don't want the session ID. I don't want to be generating session IDs for people that are not registered. So I'm wondering why it's putting this back. Odd. Okay. So get rid of the, oops, not here. Get rid of this ID. Yeah, so we don't need any of this. That. Okay. So that's good. This still works. So if we refresh. Oh, welcome to. Okay, we got rid of the naming, so we don't have the name of the thing. So we can also put in fake events for the naming. So remove ref this and fake events. Do we have a fake event for naming? No, we don't actually. Make our own. That actually would be. Yeah, that's another thing we need to do. Add fake events for SV register. To have name. But I have to do this with the code base. Like that. But is that going to, well, I guess we'll apply to that. Yeah. So that's just a conference name set. Oh, I see. Yeah. The other thing I was thinking of is so I can combine these fake events to make some sort of a sample history, is to have them renamed where the numbers on the file names get renamed as you copy them. So if I want to copy, something like, I don't know, registering or joining conference, like, combining these two here so that the numbers work, that would be good. But, whatever. You just copy these here. Paste here. Where's paste? Paste. And yeah, I need to rename this. To be 1. And then generated to be renamed be 2. And so, yeah, if we run this now, it should have the fake data. If I go here, I have that. But if I go back to this one, refresh. Why is that not getting the name? Conference name set. Event modeling spaces. That's odd. Oh, we never populated it. Welcome to this registration thing. Okay, so this works, but we don't have we don't have that logic in there, so let's just add that in. And I should probably update the model for that as well. So the model has this conference name not yet named. Yeah, so we do have conference name. Response, conference name, response not found as false. So we just don't have conference name in there. Register. Yeah, we were The hell? Welcome to conference name. Okay, how are we back at this point? The response has conference name and not found. Okay. So I'm going to come back to this in a bit and finish it. I got to eat dinner and we'll fix this up. So let's found conference name. And conference name, state view, get events. Oh, this, okay, this name thing, right. I don't know why it put that in there again. Okay, so we should be good. Let's go back here, refresh this. There we go. So now it's got the name. If we don't have a proper thing here, it doesn't exist. We're good. Okay, so we got that done. Let's perfect. So now it's time to add this. I forgot about that part, so my apologies. We had this done. So get status, we did change some of this, so get add all, get commit registration only works for valid conf IDs, get push, get checkout, and we want dev first, and then we want to merge. Oops, get merge. Not merge, and then up arrow. And we want that node, yeah, no FF. Right, quit. Git push. I'm sure everything still works. Do the same thing with QA. Merge. The same thing. Right, quit. Git push. We're all good there. So now everything's set up. We finished that feature. Now we can go here and color it done, because now this this handoff here works. So we are showing the name as indicated here, and we actually should have another specification here for, you know, what does this look like if it doesn't exist. So I could have another slice. I should probably do that, but for now, I'm just going to mark it as done. A no-brainer. Where do we go here? Here we are. So this one's done, and I will do the next part, I think, maybe tomorrow, I guess. I didn't realize that this little handoff is going to have a little bit of logic. But yeah, Mohammed, hopefully this kind of makes sense how I'm marking this as done now. So this is now done. And now I can just change this to be green for done, and the text green for done as well. Apply, and then I'll just push this up so that I can say, yeah, so finished. Finished registration. Start page. State view. That's what we did. Okay, and so hopefully that showed you how we moved one step ahead in our application, and we'll continue on. tomorrow with the rest. Should be interesting, especially as we get to this. So thanks so much, and see you tomorrow.